once again about Pinax TV. So send you can edit to and nano about Captain Smart God's brain smart. No Captain Smart God's brain smart and I ono see friend Captain Smart or a morning show host our Angel FM. We all knew say he migrated from Adom FM multimedia. Now if you ho anano panel and yet say whilst Captain Smart was doing his program, no information about say I was say Ijumana or in Ujai. Now initially the news which came no some kind of two channel it became a news and now a man for be eka say alleged and teaming confirm it, but then the breaking news new year, I think in about 15 minutes and confirmation so the news is actually true, and in fact Oko Angel FM asked at that time and not a whole air boil. So the question I had to do is with what happened at the end of the course. So send you can do two just say at this semana air ban say Captain Smart I can simbi alpha NPP be home and this particular administration can semana or criticize you and they couldn't take it, and because of that they've been giving the boss Dr. NPP Pressure say on sack Captain Smart either say or best sacking and I say Captain Smart will keep mute now on for more any topic or the best hit on the morning show so now according to sources and according to Jumon Penny, because he's our Bekasa or Pache say he has always had a consensus meeting with Captain Smart catching Seminia and understands that there are issues in this country, but untimi in radio so they be embe attacking NPP people like that. At least I was said they be udani mukakra and once in a while, but the constant attack makes me a businessman osha donko ne businesses ni ade amona sebi government officials ya na bi wa contract ni ade de ma omo aso mo boaye nti wo kana omo boaye ma ye nipa no at the end of the day no usan bo mechi a ade de me kom na me kwesere bibia na se me kom opo na me pe any favor and I'm boy bia I look like a hypocrite or no businessman that took Dr. Kweku Oteno or drain the home as also drain the future of his company. So he begged Captain Smart on several occasions say at least and Kabeya on double down. But Captain Smart he said it over and over again, say what is in him is bigger than what is in this world. No kweno so edawa ebeka. So they be our country nim so dawa yembonchen. So say insure talk na area man for na government have refused to do God tesa. Umbra no be blame why. If accident air cost so na sa 10-kilometer road na ye budget no ye na man for accident why no umbra no be blame ain't no insane p akos me no can say two key people abekasa. The first person abekasa Angel Broadcasting Limited Kojo Dixon or your programs man abekasa a confirming news, and also Mahamaba Sami Jimfi Edin Simbia Betuja said Ghana for kind of minty said the man on the helm of the presidency do Chiani critique because he doesn't have any work doing. That's according to Sami Jimfi or sorry or radio 80 Peace FM Net 2 or Man FM Joy News Chelsea Beken Sem Papa Fan Hua Nankampono onti say ye kan sem bone na ban ebeko yi. He only wants the sweet things. Now kasana wan kasa yi pe hey national security be na ya befa yenti nsema eye Kojo Dixon odi tuja ye ba na ya sanso de nsema eye papa we ya Sami Jimfi nsema odi abetuja we ye direct shots yenti nsema eye we edi tuja.
So obi kura ja nkofo busa ewo Facebook say you say Captain Smart wakaka say aban emon homodene enti ama adwuma ne wura aman suspension enti nkofo ebusa say enukure be ne wo mu enna no penso prophet Nigel Gezi enso eba hanmo say no one Captain Smart ebuku appointment ya kwone ne beje ko baaye na che say woni ho duba because won ko nyame eyi kire no de wom say no kre ye adwuma wura a suspend Captain Smart na ni nyina ne say o say waka semutia enye say de aban ye enye ntini waka semutia aban mu mpanifo ebi etia omampani ebi tia omampani abi de akire ebi tia onabo alanchamate ebi etia IGB pen na wotwunufo na wontie wotwunufo se wontie se o kasa tie mpanimfo enye se de aban modern boy eye nyeti eno ene chese wode asuspend no na eno emu ene na no pay prophet Najegesi enso ebaye na o chese on Captain Smart ebuku appointment obaye na o hena do beti anse ezu ni ho na ya suspend no aya sofo no ya pa do
Ethiopia intino in sema what say no no. These are the words of Kojo Dixon, who is a programs manager of Angel Broadcasting Network ABN. Na in some no course no senam di kan kai no ama Ghana fo nyine butu because an attack on the press, an attack on free speech is an attack on the nation. If Captain Smart ain't me and sorry and criticize Alan Chemante, who is the Minister of Trade, ain't me criticize IGP for ABA Juma and the negligence and the negligence of police, the corruption of police. If Captain Smart ain't me and sorry and kasa ain't ya the ineptitude and the incompetency of the president of Ghana, Danka Akufo-Addo, then we are being silenced in this country. Then we are being silenced in this country. Share, Abrocha, you can relate. Prime Minister Boris Johnson, a debe na yen kanfa papa we ho. Atembe ni ndidi papa we ho. Ndidi papa we. I'm not saying say we need to insult our leaders. All I'm trying to say is we need to have a listening ear and know say we live in an age of democracy. Captain Smart and Bekase Minister Jimmy. He's just saying you are refusing to do your work and think. It's a rhetorical question to yourself. Because it makes you a hypocrite. What is wrong with that? Fine, Ubeka says there's something wrong with that. Yanko US. As a member in Sama Samiji Fikayen. Oko US, there's a popular person. Oh, US, I'll be whom a man for say, Nishon a conspiracy theorist. But he's the number one in US, Tucker Carlson. Fox News host Tucker Carlson. This is what he said. He said Joe Biden doesn't have the balls to be a president. He's not smart enough to be at the helm of the US president. In fact, he's clueless. He knows nothing. He's weak. In fact, where is Nokrano? I wanted to put it on the screens. These are the words that Tucker Carlson ekaye. Joe Biden TN Osuma friend is saying national security and FBI saying watching and they be the guy is still doing his work. Free speech. He's still doing his work. In fact, the show is number one. So if per se, you're the beacon of democracy, where should we start and where should we end? We can't be silenced in this country. Now the big question was in 2015. Ebrana then President John Dramani Mahama Otisol edebe na yan kanfa no maybe KB. In fact, Mahama was one word I never wanted to hear in my life because seeing how people's cold store and doomso nyema na esai people how people were losing. I had one friend I know age more company they laid off 500 plus workers. So I didn't like Mahama Assad then because of just doomso. But the achievement for roads and construction and infrastructure there, but the doom so crippled his record. Emma election 2016, this man lost. Mahama lost. In this enema ba abayemu na ye kan sema. In 24 said your power asem no kawa asem. Yanka. Say yanka mama correctia. The people who are working and see all of these things, they don't have the platform to talk. The platform is their kokromoti, and that is dangerous. Tienye, some ye bibi na enkoye na presenters, na journalists on babe can say, hey, free SHS na musumu ye and no pen Ghana for some yo ye bibi ka ho. Road na musumu be ye hu hwi yo. one district, one factory, in 5 penny yehu. Ghanaians want to see more. These people are the megaphones of Ghanaians. If at the end of the day, these people are talking, they are talking because they want the betterment of this administration. Obi etifie okasa onene yere Mbappe okasa niememu 2024 is just around the corner. Odiko team so a niememu nye no de be team so. Niememu nye eno de be team so. Now the niememu nye e team so a who say mo paki mukuku ne mukaka nyina yede akọ. Just this ended the election. Look at how close Mahama was. Because now amount for can NPP munya she free SHS no and no pena my Ghana for break oh musi ebe we one touch. Look at how close Mahama was. In fact, you guys nearly lost the majority in parliament. In fact, majority in parliament put the meeting say there's no majority because enye formina MPR and can have half. There's no majority, there's no minority. Adumbi and a formina MP. Edini share sambe boy NPP one. Now they have the majority. So it tells you say Ghanaians are really not happy. We appreciate free SHS, but it shouldn't end there. And then in Kasa you say on my peniku for the next person you put in after Kwame Nkrumah, AJ Kufuor. Why? He left a legacy that up to now cannot be compared. He left a legacy that up to now cannot be matched. Oh yeah, they Bekaiho. They power sem and Okawasem. So they don't need to see this as an attack. They need to see this as a prompt, as a wake-up call. Because a man for ba ye koko na omoka. The people are coming. Na ye de now musu ye mu de intimuti minda. Let me give a clear example. 2 nations are going to war. Ana ekro mienu e koko. Ekro A ana town A. Omo commander or one of them people no or start here they say hey mati kukuru bi e wo mountains no nkofo ni be o na o ma sorry awon na eba ye hu obi a muso masa ye da uye de bi ma ebe how. You've cautioned the person not to talk, and what will happen? The people will come in a surprise attack. The surprise attack here is the 2024 elections. They will vote against you and your government and your whole party. Must it be say anytime you guys are in opposition and are you guys coming to your conscience, it's very bad. So nipani bon de da is a wake up call, it's a prompt telling you say be aware. I know say Rome cannot be built in a day. I know say all that we want cannot be achieved. We go school economics, come try say was scale of preference. If you put on your scale 10 things to achieve, you might need to put them in order of preference because you can only achieve a limited number. And marginal utility needs any diminishing returns. We learned all of those. We know this government cannot achieve everything, but basic things like doom so lights, basic things like tax increase, meaning say it's one but we need to be lenient on this import and export duties and stuff. Basic things like water amenities, basic things like electricity, basic things like petrol. We need to know how to go about it. At least it should be one at a time. We know say COVID hits Ghana. And if say COVID-19 hits Ghana, Ghana ye bread. Not just Ghana, the whole wide world, all the economy, the whole wide world is in tatters. At the point in time where things are called recession. We understand. And you want to bring the economy back to life and cushion it. So Ghana will not fall back to the pit. We understand. But you can't raise taxes, raise petrol, raise amenities at the same time. 24 say what the prekutu osia moja neba. What the prekupe etu osia moja neba. Inti yeso na yesi no ehihima na eheje betuturo. Ene kakra sa one day na nkasa he etu amu se moja biamba. Moja beba kwa kakrebi na de nchinizo eruwe num. Ho na woko. But when I was just your guy, agent 2% to pay. What a bit dream or no, would be power no. So we know say all of this that is why Ghanaians are saying say it was say 2 years no. But you need to do it gently. You need to do it gradual process. You have 4 years in power. You can do it in such a way that every year you raise an amenity at a very limited percentage. And then when we raise it fair, little percentage. It's not next year. Electricity later because the burden is too much. Coronavirus and your government in Kwana, it has crippled all of us. I lost millions to a whole lot of things because certain opportunities are not airborne. I know you also lost a lot of money. That is what Captain Smart is saying. That is how I understand it. Yentie in Sema a year near Bema Sami Jimfi the Tuja. And therefore, as you can see on the screens, Sami Jimfi posted. Just learning the host of Angel FM's morning show, Captain Smart, has been taken off air due to pressure from certain higher ups in the intolerant Akufo-Addo government. Apparently, these NPP bigwigs are not enthused with how critical the journalist has become of the failed Akufo-Addo regime in recent time. This typifies the culture of silence that is fast creeping back into our body of politics under the watch of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia. The CEO and management of Angel Broadcasting Limited must bow their heads in shame. Angel, you guys need to bow your heads in shame. Journalists don't cower to government officials telling them it doesn't happen anywhere. Me who be that? It's like the president saying mo obia enka yasem ye yasem but mo obia enka. They be. You need to criticize them. You have every right and power because you are the mouthpiece of Ghanaians. It's a shame that this network didn't take any. At least they could have called a meeting and reach a consensus. What can we see? But there's a better way. Suspension? What? This is very bad. It's very bad. It's very bad. And this is where we are now. This is where we are now as a nation. Very sad. When Samjina Kokaya, President J. Kufo, ex-president Obeka said, Oni Samjuna Nya didn't say, Enya Dream said the culture of silence is growing. It's growing. It's prevalent. It's right now there. It's there. It's right now there. The culture of silence is there. It's there. I'm not saying so we got 20 years ago. Akufo-Addo is responsible for the murder of JB Dankwa, Yaman and Kofi. Those are false accusations because we say things against me is not true. Even me, I'll proceed to take you to court. Or I'll caution you and tell you to pull down those statements, just like what the National Security Operative, Gifty, or saying or the Tuja. He cautioned a blogger to pull it down. That is dialogue. Because false news. Understand. But at the end of the day, saying these things that is bad. That is bad. And that is the culture of silence. Now it's not available. It's now there. And it's very bad. I never thought we'll get to this point. My NDC their regime is a military regime, so we understand. NPP, the beacon of democracy. What? This is bad. If he's silenced tomorrow, I'll be silenced. And we should never allow that to happen. We need to have free speech. We need to have a consensus dialogue where people can criticize people freely because Ghana is for all of us. And it's so sad that some of we Ghanaians we become so hypocrite and sycophants to the extent say, MPP you are refusing to talk because we are because we are MPP ni we don't do that. It's like a father who has a son and the son is going wayward and the father will say, you're only spoiling the son. You need to speak up. So person party empower power back in 2024. You need to criticize them for them to work harder. Because put more ground field and I'm winning the also. Let them know say work is not going on well. People are not happy. The system is not working. Let them know. The country is in tatters. Tell them to fix it. If they should fix it, they'll come back to power. They can even be in power for the next 72 years. That is all we ask. That is all we ask. We'll give you more updates as these turn of events unfold right here in Ghana.